I'm Tira.
So, as you probably deduced, we are part of the Salina Central Robotics team. And our team belongs to an organization called FIRST, which stands for Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology. And basically the goal of FIRST is to promote science and technology in American and global society and culture. Because, ironically enough, in American society, the scientists and engineers that make our world don't actually get a lot of credit. You know, everyone has an iPhone or a BlackBerry computer, or even things as far as laser guidance systems for the military. Very few people actually know what goes into making those things or how they work. And so the object of FIRST is to teach high school kids about these different things through robotics competitions. And then we in turn go out into the public and give presentations to try and just raise public awareness and appreciation for science and technology in our everyday life. As you can see, we are given a game every year. This is last year's robot. This season kicked off the 5th, and we're basically given a goal and a series of obstacles and 6 weeks to kind of figure it all out. So here to talk more specifically about the game and the goals accomplished, is Luke.
So last year's game was basketball. We built our robot to shoot a basketball to 3 different heights of goals, which all earned points. The highest was 3, the lowest was 1, and the middle was 2. So what the game entails is 2 alliances, which are 2 sets of 3 teams going against each other, trying to score the most points and win the round. At our regional that we went to in Denver, Colorado last year, we got to the semifinals, right? Okay, we got to the semifinals, which was a big feat, but then we didn't get to go on to the finals. So we've kept Sandy around to help us with presentations like this. Some of the obstacles that we encounter are like what we can't do, like how big a robot can be, or how small, I guess, or basically what the game entails. So we'll demonstrate now. Tira over there is one of our drivers from last year. She will now drive and shoot for us, for you, to demonstrate what we did in 6 weeks.
Around cooperation as a whole, because you would be set in various matches, and you may be playing on the team of someone that you're playing against the next round. And so, in order to sort of embody that idea, there are a series of 3 bridges on the field, and the robot had to be able to bring the bridges down and then balance on them. And if you were able to balance with members of the opposite team, you were awarded bonus points. And so, get the bridge down with that little pneumatic ramp that we would drive into and then go on.
Alright. Exactly what to say, but
The awards.
I guess
Yeah.
So we 317 2072 Salina Central Robotics team have been around for 4 years now. I've been around on the team for 3 years, and actually, like every year we've been around, we've won awards. We've gone to different regionals. The first year, we went to the Kansas City regional, and over there we won the Rookie All-Star Award and the highest seeded rookie award. And then the year after that, we also went to Kansas City again, and we won the Chairman's Award, which is an award that actually has less to do about the robot itself and the game. It actually has more to do with the ideas of the organization first, and like spreading technology and outreach and stuff like the things that we're doing right now. We present to a series of judges that have been in the organization for a long time, and we talk about how we've spread science technology to our community, how we've helped other teams, and just the different types of things we've done throughout the seasons. And then they choose throughout all the teams which teams that they believe have best done this, and we actually won that award, which is the highest award you can get. So we were pretty happy about that. And then last year we won the website award for our website, team3172.com. So we were pretty proud of that as well. So this year the season just started, but we're hoping that we can also like be successful again. This year the game involves throwing frisbees, and the robot will have to throw frisbees onto like a wall, and it'll have like slots where the frisbees need to go into, actually more like nets. And then there's also like a tower in the middle of the field, 2 of them, and the robots get extra points if they can figure out how to climb like a pyramid-shaped tower. And that's pretty difficult, but we're trying to figure it out right now.
Okay, hi. I'm Amy Lavelle. I'm president. I'm also on the school's dance team, so I've had a performance night. That's late. Sorry. Oh, okay. I'm the president this year. This is my first year on the team, and I really enjoyed it. It's been a great experience for me. Okay, talk about it.
Everything? Okay. Well, thank you for having us. We hope you enjoyed this. Any questions?
Does everybody's robot look the same?
No. At the beginning of the season, we are basically given a box full of stuff, and we have to design our own robot, test it out, work out the kinks. And so when you go to a competition, there are some robots that look like they don't even belong to the same game. Everyone's idea is always completely different.
Does everyone get the same box of parts?
Yes.
Yes. Except the box of parts doesn't have a lot of the, like, it has basic things like motors and things like that, but like everything else can be completely different. And, like we've seen stuff built out of wood, a lot of different things.
So you can add things to that box.
Within limitations.
Yeah, there are a lot of limitations, so that it's not just like buying it basically.
So if somebody come and look and say, okay, you got this part, this part, this part, do you have to use everything that's in the box?
No.
No.
There is a checklist that we have to go through. When we get to competition, we have to go and get our robot inspected, there are some things that we are not allowed to have, so it's kind of checking to make sure that we don't have those things, that it's not over the certain weight limit, and that it's not over the certain size limit. So they weigh it, and then you put it in like a little box thing, just make sure that it's all clear. So there are like some things that when we get it checked, but they don't check to be like, did you use this part, did you use this part, did you use this part? So some teams will use a lot of the parts that come in the kit of parts, and then some teams will use a few of the parts and then go out and buy other parts.
Where do you get your ideas from? How to do it?
From all of you teachers that taught us these years.
I think in the paper it said something about a mentor that helps you, and does every team have a mentor? Where you get your mentor? What do they do? How are they involved?
Oftentimes, that's often very location-based. Here in Salina, we've got engineers at Great Plains Manufacturing and a few different other, companies that deal with robots and technology. Yeah, we have mentors, but if you go to someplace like California, the Silicon Valley, where Apple is located, then obviously you're going to have a lot of really good computer people, and so their programming is going to be really focused on. Naomi is the president and basically the end all to the decisions we make. And so if we have an idea, then we can run it by an engineer and mentor and see if it'll work out. But we're not just, feeding off of them. And that's true across the country. So in many ways, there is a lot that comes from the mentors, but the students try and run it themselves.
And we have mentors for like all different parts of the program, like robotics, like I said earlier about the outreach and everything. There's a lot more to it than just making the robot itself. So we have a lot of other like parents and stuff like that are mentors in helping us with finance and marketing and just getting all the things planned together and just helping us in any way they can. So a lot of our mentors may not be like experts in the field, but they are just parents or people from the community that really want to help us.
And we get some of our engineers, some of our mentors are also engineers, so their job is working as an engineer, but they've heard about us, so they've been willing to come and help us. Like my dad over there, he's works at HorsePOWER Salina, and he's a programmer, and there's a guy currently working right now in our shop, and he is an engineer for like planning, so just different people around Salina have heard about us and have been willing to come and help. And we have we have 3 teacher mentors, and 2 of them are from our school. We have Mr. Gary Goodwin, and we have Mrs. Sheila Schaefer, and then we have from Lakewood, Mrs. Jennifer Motter. And if any of you teachers at other schools or even at Central would be willing, if you'd be interested in seeing what it's like, because we're always needing more teachers so that we can have more teachers around, that it can give these guys a break so they're not having to be up here every night. So if you're interested in coming up, maybe like a night or so, just to see what it's like, you can be more than appreciate it.
Do you have any school time to work on this, or is it all outside?
We work on it outside, so we work from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Thursdays. We give the Fridays off so they can have a time to relax and do whatever they need to do. And then we meet on Saturdays, 8 o'clock to noon.
And that goes on for 6 weeks till the competition starts.
Yes.
And then after our 6-week period is up, then we have a few more extra weeks that we can finish doing like marketing stuff. And even though our robot will be all in a bag and we can't touch it, like if we know something, be like, okay, well we can work on this, and then once we get a competition, we can unbag our robot, we can add it to our robot. So we can still kind of work over the 6-week period, but the 6-week period is when we can actually touch the robot and make sure and test it and see how things are working for it. And then otherwise we just have to wait for competition.
Just a side note, you can't really see it, but here on the side we have a list of sponsors, and we've got people like Great Plains Manufacturing. We had a sponsorship from NASA at one point. Boeing sponsors a lot of teams, but we also have JCPenney, and it's sort of odd that it seems odd that a clothing company would want to invest any time or money into a robotics team, but it just goes to show that the program first and its goal is really a sort of phenomenon that extends across all areas of the marketplace. So JCPenney realizes that science and technology are vital to what it does, even though they seem worlds apart. And so it's just sort of a testament to how important this actually is to a lot of companies and how important it is to society in general.
And then February 9th, we will be having a science fair at the mall in the morning. If any of you guys are interested in stopping by and seeing how we've progressed throughout the season.
How big is your team? This is all or you have others?
We have some more who are in the shop working right now, and we have some more who aren't here tonight. It's about 25 or so, roughly.
Any other questions?
What about the finances? Where do you get your money to go to competition?
All of our money, or most of it, is fundraising ourselves, like some of it comes from our sponsorship money, but as our team and grants. So as our team grows, we have to work even harder to like keep up with how much we want to spend on everything, and we have to be able to fund all of our team members to go to competitions that are always in cities that are at least 3 hours away. So like Kansas City's our closest one, but we've gone to Denver and we're gonna go to Texas this time. So it's always a pretty big expense, but we're always working hard to find sponsors and get grants, and a lot of it is just fundraising with people in the community and trying to find any people that are interested in supporting our team.
He answered my other question, but I have none. I was wondering, when did robotics start here at Central, and has it kind of taken off all over the country? I've heard so much more about it in the last, I'm going to say 4 years than I ever did before that.
I'm a senior now, and it was started my freshman year, so it was started 4 years ago. The robotics program has been going on for 22 years. Before us, there had been a team in Newton, Kansas, and there had been a few teams in the Kansas City area. So it's been over there, but it never come all the way to Salina. And we heard about it, and we wanted to look more into it, and so we were able to get a team started in Salina. There's a lot of teams on the coast.
Is this the only one in Salina?
There was also a team at St. John's.
Just 3172, like that's our number. We joined 4 years ago, and we were the 3,172nd team to join. And now, 4 years later, we're into the mid 5,000s in teams. And so, like, the growth really is sort of exponential as you go along.
And that's all over the world. Like, FIRST isn't just in the United States, it's all over the world. It's in like
Japan,
20 countries.
China, Mexico,
Australia.
Germany, yeah.
So what level competition do you go to first, and then might you go to the international competition?
Yeah, there's a championship. Like every year, we all have to go to a regional, and that's where we'll like show off our robot first, and we'll compete. And if we win the competition, if we're in like a winning alliance where those be 3 winners, then we can go to the national competition. Or if we won that chairman's award I was talking about earlier, then we could go. So that's how we were able to go. Not last year, but the year before, we went to the championships in St. Louis, and because we won the chairman's award, and over there were, I think there was like 500 teams, somewhere around that. So there's like thousands of kids there. So it's a really big deal.
It's a great experience.
Is it only for high school age?
There is a program for elementary students, also a program for middle school students, and then for high school students, and then even continues on to college. So there's first junior Lego League in elementary, first Lego League in middle school, first robotics competition in high school, and first tech challenge in college. So it's got a wide range. We've done stuff with elementary schools before, having them like build little robots. So it was way of getting the little kids, the younger children, interested in like robotics, science, and technology.
So we had like after school sessions at Metal Art where we taught them how to build robots and programmed them to do different things.
Yes.
You mentioned you worked at Metal Art students. Are there other students in Salina you work with also?
We're in the process of trying to get it into other schools as well. It just depends on which schools show an interest. So we tried with Houston, but at the time it didn't work out to do it with them. So we're going to try again with like other schools in the area, try and get an interest in their schools as well.
Anything else? Okay, well.